Hi guys, I wanted to do a video today on my brush collection. All of my brushes except for two are Sigma. This does, I know, look like a lot. However, the reason for it is because I travel a lot, I don't necessarily have time to clean them. And I figured out a couple of months ago that the reason I would break out a lot periodically was because I would wait too long to wash them. So, to get around that, I just decided to buy several different ones of the same brushes. That way I could just wash them all when I came home and I wouldn't break out and it really wasn't an issue. So, I like the Sigma brushes the most. I mean, MAC is really good. I started initially with the MAC Special Edition sets, and those were okay. I know a lot of people don't like them because when you compare them to the full size, the Special Edition holidays ones that come in the sets are cheap comparatively. They're not handmade like the full size ones are, but in case you haven't looked, the full size MAC brushes are ridiculously expensive, and I just couldn't afford that. I feel like Sigma is the right price point for me, expense wise, and I think they're really well made, however they're made. I don't imagine they're handmade, but they've held up really well. I have never had a problem with any of them shedding or any of the hairs bleeding or anything like that. So I'm really happy with them. I highly recommend them. They do 10% off coupons a lot. A lot of beauty gurus on YouTube are affiliates. So if you follow any of them, you probably already know about that. But, so, first off, I carry them in these things. The tops are somewhere else right now, but the top just fits over them and snaps down on either side. They're hard, so that your brushes won't get squished, and the ends are hard too. And so I have 4 of them to get around with all of these. And I really love these things. They also double as, when I'm traveling, as cups to hold them so I can organize them. And then when I'm home, I have a picture of it. I store them in, this is just a black picture frame from Hobby Lobby that I stuck a rhinestone letter on it, as well as this pink, I think it was like a scrapbook page that I just stuck in the frame. So then it's the glass, and then these were on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and they just have the bead fill in them. So this sits on top of my makeup organizer drawer thing, and then they're just organized like this. So the first one is the large powder F30. This is the biggest brush I have. This brush I use predominantly just for powder with my Mineralized Skin Finish Natural or any other kind of powder, setting powder. And then next one is the Dual Fiber F50. This is the large dual fiber. This one, sometimes I'll use it for bronzer, sometimes for blush, just whatever I feel like using, or whatever it's not already dirty with. And then the Tapered Face F25. This one, I haven't used it as for bronzer yet. I know some people like these for bronzer. I pretty much just use this for highlighting because with the tapered end, I like it for that purpose. And then I have the F10, which I'll just use this for blush most of the time. And then I have the large powder F20. It's pretty much the same as the first one, same shape, it's just thinner, more paddle-like this way, with a shorter handle. This one I really like to use for bronzer, because of its, the narrow shape of it, just you can contour really easy with it. And then I have two large angled contours, F40. These I just use for blushes. I just like to have two of them, to use for different colors without mixing. And then I also have the dual fiber powder blush F15, as well as the F55 small dual fiber. Same thing, blush, highlighter, stippling of some sort. Small contour, which I use for contouring more lightly than, with this big one for bronzer. And then the small tapered highlighter. And then these are some of my favorites. These are the Sigmax collection, the Kabukis. They have 5 of them now. This is the F82. This one I like to use for cream blushes. And then I have the flat angled Kabuki, the F88. This one I've used for foundation or cream bronzers. And then the tapered Kabuki F86. I really haven't found a purpose for this one just yet. I've kind of used it for foundation or bronzer or blush. I really haven't decided what I like best for this one yet. This is the flat Kabuki F80. This one is the one I use for foundation the most often. Cream foundations anyways. And then I have the F86 angled Kabuki. This one I really like for cream bronzers as well. And that's pretty much what I use that one for. So those are really all the face brushes. And then I have all these eye brushes. And then I also have the Sigmax precision ones. These are the exact same as the last group I just showed you, except they're smaller. So this one is the Precision Flat P80. This one I use for cream concealers. This is the Precision Flat Angled P88. It's really dirty. This one I use as like a cream base to apply to my eyes. And then the Precision Angled P84. 84. Sometimes I'll use this for like the cream eye-based application as well. And then I have the Precision Round P82 Kabuki. This one I'll use for concealer as well. And then same thing, Precision Tapered P86. I'll use this one for concealer too. I pretty much use these for concealing and eye-based application. These are synthetic, so they're really good for cream-based products. So, being that there's a lot of them, these are the ones that I find to get dirty the most with concealer. Because if I don't wear a lot of makeup, I'll definitely wear concealer or mascara at least. So, these are the ones that I always usually